Don't you go there. Don't you go there.
Nah. What's up, King? Baby? What's up?
Steal.
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You stole men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Toni's. You slept with them.
Oh, stop.
A few times.
Who? What man?
Do not get the lead.
Y'all, looks like Toni Braxton has reached her breaking point, and this time it's because of her own sister. After Tamar was caught on stage being a little too playful with Birdman at the Verzuz battle, fans went into a frenzy, and Toni was not laughing. Sources say she confronted Tamar directly, warning her to back off before things get ugly. But here's where it gets worse. There are whispers that Tamar has allegedly been trying to seduce Birdman behind Toni's back, and the wild part, Towanda basically confirmed that this isn't new behavior. She hinted that Tamar has a history of getting involved with Toni's boyfriends in the past, and people are now convinced she's back at it again. What started as a sisterly tension has spiraled into full-blown betrayal, and insiders say this was the final straw for Toni. The Braxton family drama just went from uncomfortable to explosive, and if the rumors are true, this might be the scandal that finally tears them apart for good. So let's break it down. Y'all, Tamar and Toni might as well go ahead and call it a day on their sisterhood, because it's kind of hard to see them coming back from this. Now, what we know is that these two have been having some messy issues for a hot minute now, but now that Tamar is being accused of allegedly going after Toni's husband Birdman, well, it started a couple of days ago. For some reason, Tamar decided to show up on the stage for Birdman during the Cash Money Taking Over for the 99 and the 2000 Verzuz battle with No Limit Soldier. I thought I told ya. Now, from the moment that she popped up on stage, fans were already wondering what she was even doing there. But she pulled a shocker when she wiped off the sweat from Birdman's face while he was performing. Take a look.
What's up, King? Baby? What's up?
Well, not only was she rubbing Birdman's head, Toni's man, but it rubbed fans the wrong way too. Because what was she even doing that for? She got dragged for filth with fans saying stuff like, Tamar definitely F Birdman. Why are you wiping sweat off that man? Not Tamar on stage acting like a groupie with her sister Toni ex-husband Birdman. And so, can we talk about Tamar wiping the sweat off Birdman's head, or are we gonna act like we didn't see that? But one fan even called her out directly, saying, now why was you on that stage with your sister man, Tamar? And Tamar replied, cause she couldn't be here and she loved her husband, so I'ma hold it down for her and my brother. Now she tried to make it sound like it was some family thing, and fans were just reading in too much into an innocent situation. But the thing is, she and Toni aren't even close enough right now for her to be doing all that on stage in the name of holding it down for Toni, because she couldn't be there physically. Now she and Toni are always fighting about one thing or another, and they can barely be in the same room for 10 minutes with each other without having a nasty fight, that is. But Toni even said it out of her own mouth that she doesn't like Tamar.
Although I love my family, most of the time I don't like my family. Everyone in my family.
Take a breath.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, they wouldn't be my friends.
So when Tamar tried to flip the script and claim that she was just trying to be a good sister, well, let's just say that the fans aren't exactly buying that. But in true Braxton family values fashion, the situation soon got out of hand when her other sister, Towanda, hinted that Tamar was trying to put the moves on Birdman, and it wasn't as innocent as Tamar was claiming. Y'all know that the Braxton sisters love to pile on the drama, but nobody saw Towanda's claims coming. According to her, Tamar has a long history of going after Toni's boyfriends and allegedly getting nasty with them. And from what she said and how she said it kind of seems like Tamar now has her eyes set on Birdman.
Steal.
I don't steal anything.
You don't? You stole men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Toni's. You slept with them.
Oh,
a few times.
Who? What man?
Do not get the lead.
Bitch. Dirty low down ass bitch.
Oh, you're such a liar. Such a liar.
Man, he said he Towanda.
You know that's a lie.
I swear to
You know
God.
that's a lie. Which God are you trying to?
Your man for? You think I too?
Don't you?
Don't
Y'all, not Tamar breaking out into song in the middle of being accused of being a man stealer. Well, her going after Toni's exes kind of explains why these two seem to always be beefing harder than the other sisters. But don't get me wrong, Tamar has been beefing hard with the other sisters too. But when it comes to her and Toni, it's always like she's got some serious stuff going on with her. Now, for example, y'all remember that messy drama with her niece who claimed that the husbands of one of her sisters was inappropriate towards her, right? The word in the streets is that the man in question was Trina's ex-husband, Gabe Solis, so it didn't really have nothing to do with Toni at the time. Last year, Ashley revealed that when she was only 16, her dad and stepmom discovered disturbing text messages between her and her aunt's boyfriend. At first, her aunt seemed heartbroken and furious over what happened, but that reaction didn't last long. As time passed, Ashley noticed that the sympathy was disappearing and the energy around her slowly changed as people were starting to rewrite what really happened. She said, "My aunt was there for me. She was very kind, very nice, and was like, 'I'm so sorry this happened to you.' She was very kind and it just felt safe. But then as the years have gone by, it's like that mood and that assumption that I didn't do anything because I was a child was not that assumption anymore." Yeah, Ashley was claiming that as time went on, her aunt began to treat her like she was the only one to blame for everything. She said her aunt eventually cut her off completely, even though Ashley insists she never pursued or encouraged anything with her aunt's partner. She admitted that the whole experience was painful and left her feeling like she was being punished for something beyond her control. But what made it even worse was seeing the rest of her family still being friendly with this uncle, acting as if none of it ever happened. Well, Ashley also hinted at it being Gabe. On the TikTok video she made about everything, someone commented that she was definitely talking about Trina and Gabe. She just didn't say anything in response, but she did like the comment. Now, with all this going on, Toni was more than willing to ignore it. But the moment that Tamar decided to do something about the situation, Toni suddenly decided to get involved and shut Tamar down. Well, Tamar claimed that she was planning to have Ashley on her podcast to open up about her allegations of being assayed by one of the Braxton sisters' husbands. But before she could even record the episode, Toni sent her a cease and desist to shut it down. Take a listen.
It's Ashley.
Now, before anybody assumes that the sisters teamed up against Tamar to protect the family name, that's not exactly what happened here. Trina and Towanda quickly came forward saying they had no clue that Tamar even received a cease and desist, which pretty much confirmed that Toni could have acted on her own. And that alone rubbed fans the wrong way too, because Gabe was Trina's ex and had nothing to do with Toni. It was clear that the reason she was doing too much was because of her issues with Tamar. And when fans clocked it, she tried to manipulate the situation, saying that she was just trying to honor their late sister Tracy by not having Ashley do the show. According to one report, sources revealed that Toni Braxton walked off the set of the taping of the up-and-coming season of The Braxtons. The Grammy Award winner is over the sister drama. Toni stated that when Tracy passed, they promised her they would get along, yet no one is getting along, and things have actually gotten worse. But get this, according to multiple reports, Tamar and Toni were fighting so badly during filming that everything had to be shut down at one point. An insider said, producers shut down filming of The Braxtons after a heated argument between Tamar and her sister. Season 2 is coming this summer. The interesting thing though is that while all this was going on, Toni was trying to save face in public and trying to act like things between her and Tamar were peachy keen. She even complained about Tamar blocking her, but Tamar clapped back and said, "I block my sisters all the time. You work on my nerves, you getting blocked." So yeah, these two really do seem to not like each other, which makes it even more unbelievable that Tamar only went on stage to hold it down for Toni. Like, girl, y'all clearly don't even like each other like that. But what gets even more sinister is that fans are speculating that Tamar is trying to take advantage of the marital issues between Toni and Birdman and insert herself into their marriage. Now, y'all know that Toni is always gonna fake it for the gram, but according to reports from multiple insiders, her marriage to Birdman is as shaky as you can imagine. And if you've been following their relationship from the very start, then you already know that it has been anything but stable. They dated for a while back in the day, but they broke up in 2019. And they got back together sometime in 2023, and they got married in August 2024. But things got really shocking when Toni suddenly filed for divorce. Now, at the time, nobody knew the full story, and a lot of people just assumed that she was after Birdman's money since she had been having some money issues of her own. And then the rumor started that she allegedly tried to walk away with $160 million in payout after being married for less than a month. And honestly, fans were completely shook. The internet exploded because $160 million is pretty much all of Birdman's net worth. We don't know what he did to make Toni mad, but she was trying to make him go broke. But even 50 Cent jumped into the conversation, calling her out directly on his Instagram, because you know he loves to do that. He wrote, "Now watch women are gonna say, well, if you suck D for 16 years, you will want to be paid for it too." Well, she eventually called off the divorce, but even though they're still married, word on the streets is that the relationship is low-key toxic as F, and they're almost always on the brink of divorce. So yeah, it's looking like Tamar and Toni are pretty much ops at this point, and she clearly knows this, but they're still family. And fans are now putting two and two together, and word on the streets is that Tamar is allegedly trying to take advantage of the shaky marriage to prove to Birdman that she's a much better option than Toni. Y'all, there are also rumors of her allegedly sending some explicit pictures, but you ain't hear that from me. And going by Towanda's claim to Tamar going after Toni's men, it seems like this isn't exactly new territory for Tamar. But I got to know what y'all feel about this, because this Braxton saga is officially next level chaos. Toni and Tamar might as well call it quits on their sisterhood, because after all this drama, is there really any coming back? Because we've got a history of messy fights, alleged seductions, and cease and desist, and rumors flying left and right about Birdman, $160 million divorce payout, and shady texts from the past. Fans are seeing the pattern now, and Tamar allegedly stepping into Toni's messy marriage, and Toni trying to hold her ground. But the rest of the family caught somewhere in the middle, and what started as sisterly tension is exploded into betrayal, public feuds, and enough scandal to fuel the internet for months. So here's the bottom line. The Braxton family drama isn't just gossip anymore, it's a full-blown war, and it ain't safe from the fallout. So grab your popcorn, because this mess is far from over, and whatever happens next, it's guaranteed to be wild.